All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, you guys. So what's up? I'm back. This is Jay East. This is Jay East podcast. A little bit different. It's a new year. New year. New people, new habits, new routines, new things to do. It is the perfect time to hit that giant reset switch on everything that you wanted to do correctly last year that you did not do for whatever reason. Whether it was something of your own fault or, whether it was opportunity, time, whatever, it doesn't really matter now. It's a new year. And with a new year presents the chance to do things a little bit differently. So, I'm not going to say new year, new you, because you are you. That doesn't change. Nothing is going to change that. You are who you are, right? Right. But what I am going to say is don't lose sight of the opportunity that you have here now. Whether this is the opportunity to learn things, this is an opportunity to go above and beyond. 2020 was a pretty rough year, a rough patch, a rough moment. And I know for a fact that for some people, 2021 is starting off just as rough too. And for those people, I want to say, obviously things are going to get better. It's going to take a little bit of time, but do not let that discourage you. Do not let that change you from doing what it is exactly that you want to do, that you need to do, that you have to do. For example, this podcast, we're not going to do resolutions. I'm not a big firm believer in resolutions because I think when people attach that term, that whole resolution thing, I think what ends up happening is one way or another, it just kind of gets faded. It gets lost. If you heard episode 93 when I was talking about repetition, I mentioned the power of habits, and I think with starting a new year, it's a perfect opportunity to start those new habits. So whether it is a new diet, whether it is, you want to read more, you want to learn more, you want to excel more at the field that you do, whether you're picking up something different in your path. I can tell you for a fact that I know some people that have already grabbed the bull by the horns, or at least that's how that figurative say goes. And I know some people that have already started to pick up and do a couple of different things. One of my friends is playing chess, and he's never played chess before. And I say kudos to him, lots of props, lots of credit, because it is taking a step to learn something at the moment when you don't really have to. This is the perfect time to just kind of rest on your laurels, if you would, because things already aren't going well. So it's a perfect time for people to come up with excuses, and it's a perfect time for people to say that they're going to try things. That's my favorite word, try things, and then not do them. Instead of trying things this year, just do them. Just do the things that you want to do. Do the things that you have to do. Push yourself to be better than you were last year. And hopefully, last year, you were better than you were in 2019. I hope. The aim and the goal with this podcast, the aim and the goal with life in general is to constantly improve and get better. The only person you should be comparing yourself to, the only progress bar you should be comparing yourself to on an overall should be yourself. No one else, just yourself. Not the people on Instagram that look like they're living amazing lives. Not the people that, tell you all of the good things that are happening in their lives. Not the people that tell you all the bad things that are happening in their lives. None of those people. You should hold yourself as your progress meter. If you do that, then usually you have a better gauge of, how far you can really excel, what you can really do. Puts things more in perspective. It's hard to do that with someone else when you don't know all of the variables, but you know the variables of yourself, or at least, again, I hope you do. So this podcast is, my journey. This is my journey in life. I like to use it as a way to remind myself at the same time that I'm reminding other people of what to do and, how to be better and constantly, taking those steps to be better. It's easy to kind of, get lethargic. It's easy to take a step back, but we don't want to take the easy route. We want to do the things that are difficult. Do the things that are tough. They're worth it in the end. So I have a bunch of things for myself already that I have decided that I'm going to do differently this year, that I'm going to push and do better. And I hope that you all do too. I hope that you've written it down. If you haven't, then take this opportunity, grab a piece of paper. I don't have a piece of paper to grab, so take this opportunity to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen. I do have a pen, but I'm not going to reach for that right now because it's really far from my desk. And, prepare yourself for that. The same way how I was not prepared with a piece of paper and pen right now. But prepare yourself and write it down. Write down the things that you want to get done. Write down the things that you have to get done. Write down the things that you are going to get done. We're not trying this year. We're doing. This is the year of doing. This is the year of making it happen, regardless of how difficult it may seem. Me, myself, I can already tell you that I've started off really good with some things, and I have started off really bad with some other things. I'm a photographer, and I told myself, that's it. Starting this year, I'm going to keep rolling out these pictures on Instagram, and I just really haven't been inspired to pump out those photos. And the crazy thing is, I have a lot of photos that I can post. There are a lot. They're sitting in my drafts. Some of them are sitting in my Lightroom. I'm still out snapping pictures, capturing these moments, and I just haven't shared them yet. And as I'm saying this is almost my way of telling myself to do it, to make it happen, to stop trying and to do. So that's one thing I can say, in my journey. Another thing that I can say is, I have not kept up with my journaling habits. This is a perfect time to get into your journaling habits. It's a perfect time. My girlfriend is an amazing journaler. She's really good at writing, and she writes really neat. And she got a journal for her birthday, and she's very good at keeping track of that stuff, and that's something that I need to work on. It's part of being organized, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there too. Yes, I'm pointing to you. There's a lot of you out there that also could use journaling as a way to get yourself organized, get yourself on track for this year. It's important that while you're doing all of these things, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Keep your energy high. Keep your motives high. Do little things to keep yourself and your motives high. Do little things to keep your energy high. You could be something as small as drinking water and, just practicing some mindfulness, practicing some quick meditation or reading or relaxing or taking some deep breaths. It is a troubling time for a lot of people. I want to say everyone, but not everyone. But it is a troubling time for a lot of people, most people. And it's easy to let yourself get lost in the madness of everything that is happening and everything that is going on. But instead of doing that, take the opportunity to find yourself and not get lost. Again, the year just began. I don't know when you're hearing this episode. I don't know when you're watching this video, but if you're watching it or if you're hearing it at some point near when it was recorded, it's January. It's January 2021. Take this moment to find yourself and don't get lost in everything else and everyone else that's out there doing what it is that they're doing. Do not worry about those people. Only worry about yourself. And then, once you're focusing on yourself, hold yourself accountable. There's nobody else that's going to hold you accountable except for you. I can't reach out and grab you and hold you accountable. I would love to, but I can't. That's not how this works. We haven't gotten there yet with technology. If once we get to that point, I'll be more than happy to reach out there and grab you guys, but we haven't gotten there. So until then, hold yourself accountable and find ways to stay disciplined and stay motivated. I decided that I was going to do more of these episodes. I want to go back to doing 2 of these a week, and I'm going to start with this one. It's not going to be super long. I like to keep these things neat and tidy and tight. Nighty night, great, short, just so you can kind of get, your burst of information and it can keep you motivated. And that's exactly what I am doing here. So you'll still get the regular episodes of the podcast. Those are still going to be rolling out. Those will still, keep going. Like right now, we're in the middle of the core series. So if you haven't gotten into that, you should. It's really good. It will help you with, getting yourself on track to have a great year and to be a better you, eventually the best you. But in between those episodes, you're going to see episodes like these where, there's no script, there's no topic, there's just me talking to you and, motivating you and motivating myself and keeping you disciplined and keeping myself disciplined. This is part of what we do. It's repetition, it's reps, it's work, it's ethic, it's your work ethic, and it's just making things happen. So here is to 2021. We're already several days into the year. It's not lost. You still have a lot of time. Even if you're hearing this in February, there's still a lot of time. Even if you're hearing this in March, there is still a lot of time. But obviously, that means if you're hearing it in March, and I'm telling you there's a lot of time at that point, why punt January and February when they're right here? So take advantage of this moment. Groom yourself. Be the best version of you. Inspire others. Push and strive to do things bigger and better this year. And don't let this year sneak up on you. Before you know it, you'll keep saying, I'll do it later. And then it's going to be December 2021. And you're going to be saying that you're going to do it in 2022. Don't procrastinate too far. This is a perfect time to start. It's a perfect time to keep it going. It's a perfect time to get things done. We're not trying. No, not at all. All right. So that's it. I would love to keep talking to you guys, but instead of doing that, I will say, if you can, like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast is the best way to keep hearing me and this beautiful voice of mine and this amazing personality and character. Obviously, as you can tell, I did not decide to start 2021 humble, but I'm kidding. But for real, subscribe to the podcast, share the information, share the episode. Like it, spread the word. It's all good. We're not hurting anybody. We're just helping everyone. The journey will not stop. It will continue. And like Nipsey Hussle says, this is a marathon. The marathon continues. Keep running the race. Don't get tired. Be the best version of you that you can be. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.